is Bob Barker, and you're listening to Animal House Radio with Aaron and Dr. Mike.
It is also believed that they do not discern 3 dimensions as humans do, so they can't see 3D. You know, they can only see maybe 2 dimensions, 2D. So, as we were talking about earlier on today, there are so many things out there that you and I can see, and I guess our eyes have grown accustomed to things where we just filter them out. So we don't even see them anymore because it's like the human body evolves. The human body doesn't need an appendix, and, you know, lots of people have their appendix removed for certain things. We don't need them anymore because, okay, that happened to you. You know, we used to use them in a long time ago for different things. Our bodies have evolved, so we don't use them anymore. So it's the same type of thing with our eyes. Our vision has evolved to a certain point where we don't use them. Now, a lot of ghost sightings in animals and in humans are actually, and we're going to talk to Chip about this when he's on the air, a lot of things happen to children at a very young age. Yes. Children are the ones to say, hey, you know, I see this person or I see that. And a lot of people say they grow out of it. But a lot of people say it's the reason that they're able to see these things along with their pets is because their eyesight and these things aren't developed yet. They're not at the maturity level where, say, you and I are.
I would agree to that. I also think children and animals lack the filter or aren't taught the way that we are in general society, that, you know, ghosts aren't real, or if you believe in them that something's wrong with you. Children just don't feel that.
No, they say what they want to say. Now, to continue on in this letter, if there are spirits or ghosts to be detected, they probably detect them by shifts in sense. This is what the person says. Obviously, dogs' sense are amazing. Dogs have something, in this letter, the person quotes it, dogs have something like 300 times the nerves and the scent of humans. Mm-hmm. So they are using their canine special powers to detect tumors as well as in human bodies. Now, we know this. There are a lot of treatments in Russia and treatments in Germany and other places across the world where they actually use dogs to actually go up to a person's body and to smell the body in certain parts, because these animals are trained. Just like you can train an animal to detect certain scents for cocaine, for marijuana, for any other type of drug, you can train them to teach them for the smell of a tumor. Because different tumors and different things that are, different tumors can give off a different odor and a different scent. And a lot of people in Germany, I was reading a study that they're training these animals to detect these things.
Well, it's amazing what we can teach them to do, like you said, to sniff out explosives or rescue dogs. But in terms of tumors and that, people have said, yes, my animal has noticed these things in me. There's some dogs that can sense epilepsy in people.
Yeah, and seizures as well, too. I mean, it's remarkable. All these things that you can train an animal, a dog, to do, but I can't train my dog to lie down. Romeo will not lie down. He will not flip. He will not play dead. He will not do anything. All he will do is run. You put him on a leash and gone. He's gone. Dragging Deborah. He threw Deborah down once, ripped all of her pants, and her pants were from Lululemon. And they're very expensive pants at Lululemon.
They're expensive.
Extremely expensive. And she made me...
Are you sure that isn't something that you taught him?
No,
lady down
I didn't.
Get pants off.
I did not. Deborah will attest to that. I did not. He just pulled her. Well, she's too small. He couldn't hold her.
Well, something I want to touch on as well that you mentioned about smell. Another thing that people don't notice so much in their dogs, but definitely cats, it's more in the forefront, is their whiskers. And in their whiskers, they can pick up on different vibrations and things in the air. So that's why people think of cats as being able to predict weather anomalies or hurricanes, earthquakes, things like that.
Well, we're going to talk more about hurricanes and world events that are going to come forth, and how people say that cats and dogs can predict them. Once again, this is a special Sixth Sense edition of Animal House Radio. Dr. Mike is in Florida. He is on a mission right now to save as many animals in Florida as he possibly can. He has supposedly called me up and said he has rescued 10,000 animals so far on the coast of Panama City. And we wish him well. Godspeed, my good friend, Godspeed. He will be coming back next week. We're going to take a break. Once again, 416-785-0680. 416-785-0680. Call. We want to hear your stories on the program. Chip Coffey, very famous psychic, very famous medium, and star. I'd like to say star because he is a definite star of A&E's hit Paranormal State. We're going to take a break. Listen to Animal House Radio on 1610 AM.
Look, I know the supernatural is something that isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen. I know the supernatural is something that isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen. I know the supernatural is something that isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen.
We're back on Animal House Radio. The show is brought to you in part by the City of Toronto, Toronto Animal Services. Remember, it is a law. It is not an option. Go get your pets registered. Got to tell you that much. We're going to go back to the phone lines right now before Chip Coffey joins us. Obviously, that's the wrong line, but that's okay. That's that's the wrong line.
Hello.
That's fine. Hi, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Eliana.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I want to comment about the pets, the animals.
Yeah, tell us about your experience.
My experience with animals is great. I believe myself, I am like a cat. I can see in the dark with no problem. I can guide myself in the dark with no problem. All I went through in my life, I have the idea I have left 7 lives. I died so many times in my life. And the dogs, believe me or not, are the most friendly people.
So you're saying that in your life you were a cat. And
I believe that is my personal experience.
Okay, so in your life...
but at the same time, I have to say that my best friend, it was a dog.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, you know what? A lot of people have that experience right now where they feel like they take on certain traits. So obviously this woman feels like her trait is basically she is a cat. Like she says she's used 7 lives, which unfortunately means she only has 2 left. So she's limited herself. Once again, call on the program, 416-785-0680, 416-785-0680. We want to hear your stories in terms of have anything happened? Have you had any, paranormal experiences with your pets? Do you sit there and all of a sudden in complete darkness or in light, your cat just looks up and starts following something, and you're looking at her eyes while she's looking at something else, and you're saying to yourself, what are you looking at? Well, is there something that I'm not seeing? What's going on? Why are your ears risen up?
Why are you not feeding me?
I know. These are things that we need to know, right? So, we're going to do a little segment right now, and the segment is called Believe It or Not. Thank you very much, Mr. Richmond. I should say Sir Richmond. Believe it or not, golden poison dart frogs can kill up to 15 people with its poison. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Well, there you go. Believe it or not.
They're usually the most colorful ones.
Yeah, I know. And some of these things are great. Did you know babies of a blue whale weigh up to 7 tons at birth?
Oh, my God.
You didn't know
it's
that?
bigger than my car.
Yeah. Did you know snakes can see through their eyelids?
Yes, I've heard that.
Really? I think you're a liar. I think you are...
I think we had a great organization that brought some snakes to my school when I was in there, and it was amazing. Big ones, took everyone in the class to hold them up. Scary, but
okay.
Amazing.
Another one, believe it or not, once again, last on the list, blue bottle flies can smell meat from a distance of 7 kilometers.
What is a blue bottle fly?
It's a fly that is in a bottle, which is blue. The bottle can be blue, I would imagine. And that is your believe it or not. And once again, I'll give you one more thing, because I love this. A penguin can jump 6 feet in the air. See, believe it or not, it's true.